Hey guys, it's Dr. Mannie. So I got this email the other day, and I thought I'd make a video about it. This person is not alone. It comes up, I don't know, every couple of weeks. I suppose I run into somebody who's just maybe they've lost a job, maybe they want to quit their job. They're just at the um, scary place. So let me just read this to you. I found out last week companies merging with that. So anyway, they are taking away salaries and paid by whatever that is. I don't even know. So I walked out of the meeting. So now I'm just focused on building and praying because now terrified. All right. So terrified that paycheck's gone away. Now I'm like, where do I even begin? What do I focus on? How do I make this functional medicine thing work? Knowing the ceiling is nothing, right? So you have or I should say the basement is basically nothing, but you have a high ceiling. So that's why I haven't taken a paycheck since probably 2007, 2008. You can take the ceiling off your potential, like your income, and it does not. And this is what I told this gal is that it does not take many. If you do what I do, medium ticket care plans, medium ticket case fees, it does not take a lot of those to just break even and make ends meet. So, I mean, for me, I do a lot of 2K care plans. I mean, how many 2K care plans do you need to keep the lights on? Not many, right? So figure out what that number is, reverse engineer it, say, hey, okay, for me to break even, I need 8, whatever it is. Figure out that number, 8. Okay, sweet, I need 4 a month, which is 1 a week. How can you not find 1 a week? So, and then we're currently working on a website for her. So what I would say is that go to one of these niches. There's 18 of them in here and focus on one. You don't focus on all 18. Focus on one niche. Okay, it could be weight loss, could be thyroid, gut. They all bring their pros and cons, right? They all have the ups and downs. Weight loss, there's a lot of competition and it's more expensive if you start running ads for it. Thyroid's always been good to me. It's cheap. It's a big problem for a lot of people. Gut issues is big, but it's kind of diffuse, and usually I go after people that, yes, it starts in the gut, but it leads to something else that's more of an issue, skin issues, brain issues, that type of thing. So autoimmune, but what I would say is just pick one. And then, so for example, I would say ADHD. Let's focus on ADHD. Then I would say, hey, let's go to ChatGPT because now I got time, right? I got my back's against the wall. I got to make something happen. Now I'm going to go to this and say, hey, give me 30. I'm going to start making videos. I'm going to start hammering out videos that are 2 to 4 minutes long. And I said, you can go to Claude, there's different AI tools, but I said, hey, give me the list of 30 topics on ADHD that I can make about. They need to be educational and value-based and 2 to 4 minutes in length. Here's the list. Now, are you going to use all 30 of them? Probably not. But I'm going to scroll and say, hey, what could I talk about? What am I knowledgeable? And then, down here, up here it says, okay, perfect. Here's a list of 30. It's designed to educate, engage, and position you as a trusted expert. And that's the key thing, is because you have to position yourself as the expert, as the go-to specialist who can solve my problem. People's trust these days is at an all-time low. So you have to come along and show them that you are the solution. People pay for solutions to problems, and they have to understand that you have the answers that they're looking for. And so if you're coming at this thing from scratch and your social media is empty and it's blank and there's nothing there, it's going to be an uphill battle. So this is going to be your starting point. You got to put out the content. So scroll through some of these and maybe you pick 15, 20 of them. I would say right here, this is where I would start. Gut-brain connection, number 22, gut-brain connection. Talk about gut-brain inflammation. Talk about that. ADHD, sleep problems. But then, the second tier of this is, this will write you the dang script too. So you could take, give me a, gut-brain connection. I could copy this and say, hey, give me a 3-minute script on that. And I mean, I don't know if I'd recommend it, but there are tools on phones where it's a teleprompter. And so you could literally take this script, put it into the teleprompter, and probably sit and read. People would probably catch on to that. I'm not a huge fan of teleprompters. I think being authentic is a little bit more real and more powerful. But when you're looking at this, here's part 1, here's part 2. So you can kind of just scroll. Give me 2 seconds. All right, sorry, got a noisy house. 4 kids, we homeschool. It's kind of chaotic and distracting sometimes. But anyway, so here's your script. So here's kind of part 1 is first minute or so. There's part 2, and there's, so I would just go through this thing, study it, scroll it, memorize it, own it, right? Because if you're the specialist for ADHD, you can get in here and memorize a script, some value-based content that you can share, okay? So do that. I shoot videos in bulk. Like I'll shoot a video and I'll keep going. I'll make 10 videos in one sitting because I don't have to, I just turn on a light and talk. But for the most part, I would rather just shoot it in bulk and be done. But I would say do some form of content out there every single day, okay? Until your social media is built up and you got some following there. And I would throw this everywhere. So here's what I would do. Take that video, okay? Whether it's this, right? This is gonna be horizontal because this is my laptop. That's gonna be vertical. I would throw it into a tool like Canva or Veed.io, and you're gonna repurpose and repackage that thing. This is Veed.io. Canva, I believe, does the same thing. It's just maybe slower, but you take that video, okay, it's vertical. Sweet, because I shot it on my phone. Perfect. You're gonna put that sucker on TikTok, okay? Put it on Facebook if you want to, but you're gonna repackage it and reformat it. So here, now you're gonna put it in Canva, and now you have a square. This is going on Facebook and Instagram. Same damn video, same thing. Facebook, Instagram. When it's on, if you shoot it this way, horizontal, and you want to put it on TikTok, you're gonna have to probably put some text above it and below it. You'll put some text, and so your video is more of a horizontal, right in the middle. If you shoot on a laptop like I do, okay. If you want to put it on YouTube, put it on YouTube. Won't be the first place I'd go because it's not going to be seen. But hit the social media stuff, right? Repackage it, reformat it so that's it fits and it looks good on Facebook, Instagram, and keep doing that every single day. We've got people that start shooting videos on TikTok. They build waiting list practices overnight because the algorithm is so good on TikTok. And this is not running ads because remember, our butt's against the wall right here. We don't have money for ads. But we gotta make something happen, right? So we have to have a funnel and a website that converts. If you want one, we'll build one for you. It portrays you as the expert. I'm gonna pick a niche, one of the 18 of them. If there's something here that you don't do, add it. It's not that hard. Then I'm gonna go over here and say, hey, I need a list of topics, some ideas that tend to go viral, that are educational based, that can portray me as the expert, as a specialist. And then I'm gonna put in the work. You either have money to buy back your time in the form of ads, okay? Or you have no money and you have to sacrifice your time to get attention and eyeballs on the operation. That is the game you play. You can't have no money and do nothing. That's not gonna work. So if you have no money, now you have to sacrifice your time to the point of, okay, now I got money. I got 2K, sweet. I made $6,000, I made ends meet. I got a little bit of money. Now we can start running ads and pour more gasoline on what you got going. We can get some momentum going. But I'll wrap this up. What I'll say is that it's okay to be terrified, but it's the best place to be because you don't want to be somebody else is controlling your destiny right now, right? Somebody else is writing your page. You're making somebody else's dreams come true. And it's not yours. You need to control your own destiny, right? And so scary, yes, but you can take the ceiling off your potential and your income. And again, you don't care, nobody cares. But these plaques on the wall, it's $1 million collected through one funnel. I have hundreds of funnels. These are just 2 of the most successful ones. Okay, and when you teach yourself the skills of traffic and conversions, you print your own paycheck, and that's a fun place to be. And I'll just reiterate that the fact that you look at what your overhead is. Maybe it's $4,000 a month, maybe it's 8, maybe it's 6. What do you need to live on? What is the break even point? Figure out that number, and maybe it's 8. Sweet. I need 4. I need 1 new patient a week just to break even. What happens if you have 2? You doubled it. You doubled. Now you're at from 8. Now you're at 16,000 because you closed 2 people a week at 4K total, right? So you're at 16,000 a month. What if you triple? Like, take the ceiling off it, right? We can go big places once you teach yourself the skills, right? And it's a fun place to be. But you got to put in the work, right? It's not going to happen overnight, and you have to grind through it. Everybody does. So, all right. Hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this helps somebody out there, and we'll see you next time.